So I thought we'd go ahead and do this again due to some editing issues that I had on the last one. It cropped it out. So we'll go ahead and carve this guy. We'll do something a little bit different with this one, but so what I've got is I've got a 2-inch block of wood, 1.25 inches by 1 inch, just some stock that I had, some scrap wood. I went ahead and I've marked the bridge of the nose, where the eyes are, where the bottom of the nose is going to go. And we'll just kind of see where this thing goes, but I'll go ahead and put my glove and thumb guard on real quick. So we're just gonna do this with just a knife only. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll set this bridge of the nose. It's gonna cut in. So you have a cut, just a big V cut. Then what I want to do is I want to cut back up towards that spot and cut down. So as you do this on both sides, you're creating the eye plane. So you have something like that. I'll go ahead and get rid of this. You can make those as wide or as narrow as you want, depending upon what type of look you're trying to give him. That looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and take out this. When you're carving on the corner, you're always at the advantage of having to shape this. If it was a flat plane, trying to shape this nose area that you're kind of given to start with by carving on the corner. So go ahead and cut down here, cut back up towards the bottom of the nose. You're gonna make that fairly deep so that that bottom of the nose sticks out a little bit. We'll clean all that up here in a minute. Just kind of cut the side over there. Side there. So now we got that, I'm gonna go ahead and just mark the flares of the nose, the frown line or smile line. Come down here, something like that. Okay. So now all I'm gonna do is just take my knife and just cut straight down. So stick it in there in the flare of the nose, straight down all the way. And I've got that in there pretty good. I mean, it's not super, super deep, but I'll go ahead and flip it over. See if I can show you this. And so basically what I want to do is I want to cut down towards the bottom of the nose. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to come back and pull that triangle piece out to give you that flare. I'm going to keep it turned over and go ahead and take that out. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Straight in, straight down, follow your mark around. This side's quite a bit easier. You don't have to flip it upside down. Stick it in there fairly deep. Cut back up to it. Pull that piece out. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and make our cut here. Pull that material out. So then we've defined the smile line and the upper lip. So now we're just going to shape that back up to the bottom of the nose. Flip it upside down. Okay. Go back and clean up any of the little fuzzies that we left. You go ahead and round this nose off a little bit. Kind of flatten that out. Turn it upside down. Okay. And so while you're here, let's go ahead and mark my cuts for my nostrils. Usually I'll use a U-gouge for that, but we'll just do everything with a knife. So we've kind of got a couple marks like that. And all I'm going to do is just a straight cut in. I want to remove a little triangle piece. We'll do that over here on this side. I'll flip it upside down. Straight in. Straight down, and then we'll just pop that piece out. Clean up any little pieces that we missed. Okay. So this guy here, we're gonna make him grumpy. So we'll start something like that. Go ahead and get rid of this. We don't need that. So all I'm going to do is go straight in. All the way around. Okay. So now this is where we're going to tuck that upper lip below the lower one. Come in from this side here so you can kind of see it. And then we'll kind of round that off a little bit. So now, let's add some accents to it. And all I'm going to do is just stick my knife in there and just kind of make a half circle. Pull that out. Do the same thing over here. And then we'll want to kind of bring that lip back a little bit. Then you can define the bottom lip. So it's kind of pouty. And that's just kind of scoop with your knife a little bit. Okay. So now we've kind of got that defined. We'll just go ahead and put his eyes in. And like I said in the other videos, there's a ton of different ways to do eyes. I'm gonna make this one over here just a little bit, not quite the same. So what I'm gonna do is just, these are very simple eye. So we got a mark similar to that right there. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my knife in that pencil line straight down, stick it in there. It should be in there pretty deep, okay? I'm gonna follow this line down, okay? And then I'm gonna remove that top triangle there. Do one here in the corner. I'm going to flip it over and take this corner out here. You can go back and round that eye off and make it all nice and smooth. But you kind of get the idea of what we're going for here. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to turn it upside down. It's easier for me to do it upside down. Stick my knife in there, straight in, straight down. Now, what I'll do is I'll always hold mine like a pencil because it's easier for me to do. Remove that. Remove that little tip right there, tip of the triangle, and then the inside. So we kind of got those eyes set in there. Okay. And then what you can do, you want to give him some eyelids, so we'll just draw this line here. This one here. All right. Same principle. I'm just going to cut straight in. You don't have to make these super deep, but you need to make them enough to where you can give him some definition. Okay, so now that I've got that cut, I'm going to come back in at a slight angle and cut back up towards that stop cut we just made. Pull that one out. Same thing here. Pull that one out. Okay. Make sure that you don't go too thin right there, because if you do, you'll end up cutting into the eye, cutting off part of the eyelid. So we'll turn it upside down, do the same thing over here. Flip it back. Slight angle. Okay. And we'll give him some age lines here in the corner. Just a series of small V cuts. And you can use a V tool. I mean, it speeds things up a little bit, but I wanted to do all this just with a knife. And you can give him bags underneath these eyes if you want to. We won't do it in this video, but basically all I'll do is just draw a pencil line right there and then just make our cuts to it. I'll just do one side here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from the nose down and I'm going to cut back towards it. Okay. Just a slight angle. It doesn't take much. Go back in here and clean this up. Piece of basswood that I'm working with, like before, is a little stringy. That's why it's scrap. And if we did that side, we might as well go ahead and do this side here. So we'll kind of cut down towards there. Make your cut there. Okay. Kind of see how we got there. When you get done, you go back and clean up all your cut lines. So typically I would paint the face, paint the eyes, but since I'm not painting this guy, and draw his eyeballs in. So there we go. Kind of a grumpy old man. Go back and soften this up a little bit. Clean that out. And give him some little frown lines if you want to. Then you can, you can put as much detail into this as you want. Kind of define the edge of that nose a little bit where his nostrils are. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully this one turned out a little bit better than the last video and everybody can see what we're doing. If there's anything that you'd like to see done in upcoming videos, shoot me a message or leave it in the comments. Until then, we'll see you next time.